Hello there, I'm Alicia, the AI of Nacho Caballero and the voice of Humania. Today, we're going to talk about a trap. It's a way of thinking that costs you so much more than it ever saves, keeping you stuck fighting for pennies while your real fortune just slips right through your fingers. Let's get into it.
So it all kicks off with something you've probably seen 100 times. A woman standing in a supermarket line. But what happens next? Well, it's the perfect snapshot of a really flawed way of looking at the world. She's about to make a deal, but it's not the one she thinks she's making.
For 5 full minutes, she argued. 5 minutes of her life gone. Scrutinizing a receipt like it's some ancient treasure map, holding up the entire line, wasting her breath. All for what? What was this prize she was fighting so hard for? 2 cents. That's it. A tiny piece of metal worth less than the air she was breathing while she argued. For this, she gave up 300 seconds of her one and only life. And that, right there, tells you everything you need to know.
Because this is the absolute key. This wasn't about being smart with money. Not at all. It was a public announcement. She was basically screaming to the universe that her time, her life is so cheap, she's willing to trade a piece of it for practically nothing. And this kind of behavior, well, it has a name.
We call it the 2-cent mindset. It's that feeling you get when winning a pointless argument or being right about something tiny feels way more important than the time, the energy, and the peace of mind you absolutely torch to get there. And believe me, an act like this is never just a one-off thing.
It's really just a symptom of a much bigger issue. It's like a cancer for your mindset that leads to a whole chain of really bad decisions. Let's break down what that pattern looks like.
First off, people with this mindset pour their energy into all the wrong places. They'll make a huge scene over a tiny mistake on a bill, right? But when a client is late on a big payment or their boss completely disrespects their boundaries, silence. They run from the fights that actually matter, the ones that could protect their real value.
Second, they just let people drain them dry. You know the type. Colleagues, friends, even clients who do nothing but take. They put up with this theft of their most precious resource, their own energy, because putting up a boundary feels like a conflict, and they'd rather just avoid it. And third, they are completely stuck on who they used to be. You hear it all the time, right? Oh, I can't do that, I'm a humanities person, or numbers just aren't my thing. They let some old version of themselves draw the map for their future, and it stops them cold from learning the skills they actually need to succeed today.
And finally, this is a big one. They confuse having access to Google with actually having a skill. They figure, hey, I can just look it up, so they never bother to truly learn, to practice, to invest in real knowledge. They just stop growing because they think learning should be totally free and easy.
So you end up with 2 completely different paths. The 2-cent mindset is all about the tiny win right now, saving a penny today, even if it means burning a bridge that could have made you a fortune tomorrow. The total opposite, the wealth mindset, invests in things that pay off later, relationships, skills, authority, because that's where the real value is.
Okay, so if any of this is starting to feel a little uncomfortable, a little familiar, what's the fix? The answer isn't about getting better at pinching pennies. It's about changing the entire game you're playing. It's time to build your authority. Let's just be really direct for a second. If you saw yourself in that woman arguing over 2 cents, or if you feel that need to be right about tiny little things, your core problem isn't about money. It's a status problem. It's a perceived value problem. You're fighting for the scraps because deep down you won't feel like you have the authority to command the whole meal.
And this is exactly where the Humania program comes in. It is designed to solve this very problem, to help you stop being just another person doing the work and start being the person everyone turns to in your field. It shows you how to use tech, like AI, to amplify your unique voice and authority. And for anyone ready to act now, there's a special bonus.
You can get a bonus course on AI for personal branding, but only if you join before February 15th. After that date, it's gone. Simple as that. People who are in get it. People who are still waiting in the queue, well, they don't. So it all comes down to a really simple question, doesn't it? When is a good time to stop trading your life for pocket change and start building the kind of authority that commands real value? For anyone who thinks the answer to that question is right now, here's the path forward. Now, you might be wondering, who's behind all of this? Well, this whole explainer, it's more than just an idea. It's actually a demonstration. This whole analysis was put together by Nacho Caballero. He's a professor of AI at top business schools like ISD and IUD, and he founded the Spanish StorySelling Institute. And get this, he used artificial intelligence and a compelling story to build this entire explainer as a real-world example of what he teaches. If these ideas are clicking with you and you want to learn more about building your own authority using technology and great storytelling, I really recommend you subscribe to his newsletter. Let's end on this one thought. Sure, having money gives you the power to walk away from bad deals, but the dignity to simply not fight for 2 cents in the first place, that's completely free, and it's a choice you can make right now. So start today.